Welcome to Healthier Daily. I'm Dr. Ben Carter. Tonight we are talking about a silent thief. It's something that visits most people over 60 every single night. This thief isn't taking your money or your jewelry, it is stealing your muscle. You can eat a perfectly healthy breakfast, lunch, and dinner and still wake up feeling weaker. Why? Because much of the damage doesn't happen during the day. It happens while you sleep. To help us understand this, I'm joined by our expert, Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara. Dr. Hinohara, you've described this nighttime process to me in a very specific way.
Thank you, Dr. Ben. Yes, I ask my patients to think of their body as a construction site. All day, you have workers the protein you eat showing up to build and repair. But at night, the site closes, and a demolition crew shows up. They work for 8 straight hours, tearing down the very muscle you tried to build.
That demolition crew is frighteningly real. Medically, we call it the catabolic state. It's a technical term, but it just means that because you're fasting all night, your body is running out of fuel. To keep your brain and heart running, it starts to break down your muscle tissue to get energy. Studies from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition confirm this nighttime muscle loss speeds up dramatically after age 60. But today we are not just going to give you a grocery list. We are going to give you a complete night shift rebuilding system. We'll show you exactly how to fire that demolition crew and hire a night shift construction crew that works for you all while you sleep. Before we dive in, let me ask you, do you ever feel stiffer, sorer, or weaker in the morning than you did when you went to bed? If you do, please type 1 in the comments below. It helps us know you're here. And if you are serious about getting your strength back, now is the perfect time to hit that subscribe button and join the Healthier Daily community. All right, so we know that demolition crew is showing up every night. But before we hire our night shift construction crew, we have to understand why this problem gets so much worse after 60. The single biggest reason is a concept called anabolic resistance. Anabolic just means building up. So anabolic resistance means our muscles become resistant to the signal to build. Think of it this way. Imagine your muscle cells are construction workers. When you're 20, they have perfect hearing. You just whisper a little bit of protein and they jump right to work. But after 60, your workers become hard of hearing. You can't just whisper anymore. You have to shout at them to get them to hear the signal and start building. That shout has a scientific name. We call it the leucine threshold. Leucine is a specific building block, an amino acid that acts like the main power switch for muscle building. If you don't eat enough leucine in one sitting to shout past that threshold, the power switch stays off. The construction crew never even shows up.
This is the exact problem I see so often. This brings us to the first step in our system. Pillar 1, the fast signal. We must shout loud enough to flip that power switch on right before we go to sleep. I had a patient, let's call him Thomas, who was 72. He told me, Dr. Hinohara, I eat a big chicken breast for dinner every night at 6 p.m. I'm eating plenty of protein. Why am I still getting weaker? The problem was that his 6 p.m. dinner was a whisper. By the time he went to bed at 10 p.m., the demolition crew had already arrived, and his power switch was off.
That story's perfect. So what is the loudest shout we can give our body right before bed? For the biggest, fastest signal, science points to one thing: whey protein. Whey is a type of protein from milk. Unlike a chicken breast, it's absorbed into your body incredibly fast. It floods your system with leucine, guaranteeing that you shout loud enough to flip that muscle building switch. A 2021 clinical trial found that seniors who had 40 grams of whey protein before bed saw a 22% spike in overnight muscle protein synthesis. That is the shout we are looking for. Now for the practical side, look for a whey isolate. The isolate part just means it has less lactose and is easier to digest. You don't need 40 grams. That's a lot. Most studies show that one scoop, which is about 25 to 30 grams of protein, mixed with 6 or 8 ounces of water about 30 minutes before sleep works beautifully.
But Dr. Ben, as you know, many of my patients do not want a protein shake. They want real solid food. That is understandable. In that case, nature has provided the perfect alternative. I call them nature's muscle capsules. I am talking about hard-boiled eggs.
That's exactly right. 2 large hard-boiled eggs give you about 12 to 13 grams of the highest quality protein you can eat, and they are packed with that key amino acid leucine. Your body absorbs the protein from eggs incredibly efficiently. It's a fantastic low-cost way to flip the switch if you prefer real food over a shake.
So, let's review. With Pillar 1, we used whey or eggs to shout at the construction crew. The power is on and the workers have arrived. But now they face a new problem. They have no building materials. A fast protein like whey is like a loud trumpet blast. It gets everyone to the site, but it's over in 90 minutes. The workers are standing around with nothing to do for the rest of the night. You cannot deliver all the bricks and lumber at 10 p.m. and expect them to last until 6 a.m. You need a steady, slow supply of materials all night long.
And that steady, slow supply of materials is called casein protein. If whey is the fast protein, casein is its slow partner. They both come from milk, but they behave completely differently. When casein hits your stomach, it forms a gel. It digests very, very slowly. This is a good thing. It steadily releases those amino acid building blocks into your bloodstream for the next 6 to 8 hours. It's like having a slow drip IV of nutrition feeding your muscles all night. This keeps the construction crew busy, and just as importantly, it keeps the demolition crew away. So what is the best food source for this? The gold standard for casein is cottage cheese. I know for some of you that might sound old-fashioned, but the science is undeniable. Just a half cup, about 4 ounces of low-fat cottage cheese gives you 12 to 15 grams of pure casein protein. A study showed that eating 30 grams of casein protein 30 minutes before bed led to a 31% increase in overnight muscle building. It works.
If cottage cheese is not your favorite, do not worry. Plain Greek yogurt is another wonderful source of casein. It is thick, satisfying, and has that same slow release benefit. I had a patient, Mrs. Davis, who was 68. She couldn't stand cottage cheese, so she started eating a small bowl of plain Greek yogurt before bed. After 2 weeks, she told me she wasn't just feeling stronger. She said she was moving better in the morning with less soreness.
That's a great point because Greek yogurt gives you 2 benefits. First, you get the slow casein protein. Second, you get probiotics. A healthy gut absorbs protein and nutrients more efficiently. Just be sure you are buying plain Greek yogurt. The flavored ones are loaded with sugar, which can disrupt your sleep and your recovery. And of course, this is why a simple warm glass of milk is a classic bedtime remedy. Most of the protein in milk is casein. It's the original slow protein.
This fast and slow system is the foundation for rebuilding your strength while you sleep. We truly love to see where our Healthier Daily community is watching from. It gives us so much energy. Are you joining us from Texas, California, Florida, or perhaps another country like Australia or the United Kingdom? Please let us know in the comments. We have now covered the essentials. We have our fast signal from whey or eggs, and we have our slow supply of materials from Casein. The construction crew is on site and has its bricks and lumber. Now we add Pillar 3, the accelerators. These are the helpers that make the entire job run smoothly. To do this, we must accomplish two final things. First, we must put out the fires of inflammation. Second, we must ensure the site supervisor deep sleep is present and accounted for.
Let's talk about those fires first. Dr. Hinohara is talking about chronic low-grade inflammation. Think of inflammation as a constant high-stress alarm bell ringing in your body. When that alarm rings, your body releases the stress hormone cortisol. And who is cortisol? He is the boss of the demolition crew. As long as cortisol is high, the demolition continues. So to stop the demolition, we have to lower the inflammation. This is why adding turmeric to that warm glass of Casein milk is so brilliant. The active ingredient curcumin is one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories on the planet. It directly helps to put out those fires, which lowers cortisol and tells the demolition crew to go home. Another powerful firefighter is omega-3 fatty acids. You find these in fatty fish like tuna. Now this is just a snack, not a large meal, but 3 to 4 ounces of tuna, and I recommend getting it packed in olive oil, not water, gives you both a protein boost and those anti-inflammatory omega-3s.
A very simple option, and one I recommend often, is almond butter. Just 1 single tablespoon.
That 1 tablespoon is doing more than you think. It's a great source of vitamin E, which is an antioxidant that acts like a shield protecting your muscle cells from damage. It's another key member of the fire department.
Now for the second part of Pillar 3. All of this muscle construction, all this repair work, it only happens during your deepest stages of sleep. This is when your body releases human growth hormone. This is the site supervisor who oversees all the repairs. If you don't get into deep sleep, the supervisor never shows up.
Exactly. If you're someone who has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, this is for you. Tart cherry juice is one of the few foods in the world that naturally contains melatonin. Melatonin is the hormone that signals to your brain that it is time for deep restorative sleep. We are not talking about a big glass. Just 4 to 6 ounces of 100% tart cherry juice. Make sure it's not the sugary cocktail blend. About 30 to 45 minutes before bed can dramatically improve your sleep quality. And Dr. Hinohara, this brings us right back to your favorite almond butter. It's what I call a 2-for-1 helper.
Yes, it is.
Not only does it have that protective vitamin E, but it is also packed with magnesium. If you are someone who gets nighttime leg cramps, muscle twitches, or that awful restless legs feeling, it is often a sign of a magnesium deficiency. Magnesium helps calm your entire nervous system, relaxing your muscles and helping you stay in that deep sleep so the site supervisor can do his job all night long.
Strength is not lost simply because of your age. It is lost because we have allowed the demolition crew to work without interruption, night after night. But you do not have to accept this. Starting tonight, you have a new plan. You can stop the demolition and you can rebuild. Just remember the 3-pillar system. First, you start fast. Use that whey or hard-boiled egg to shout at your muscles and flip the power switch on. Second, you supply. Slow. Use cottage cheese or Greek yogurt to deliver a steady stream of materials all night long. And third, you support SMART. Use helpers like turmeric tart cherry juice or almond butter to put out the inflammatory fires and ensure your site supervisor deep sleep is on the job.
This strategy isn't about just eating one food. It's about giving your body the right fuel at the right time. It is a targeted plan. You truly can wake up feeling stronger, more capable, and less sore than the day before. If this three-pillar system made sense to you and gave you value, please do us a favor and hit that like button. It truly helps the channel. And please share this video with a friend or family member who also wants to stay strong and independent. And if you want more science-backed health strategies just like this one, made specifically for our community, please make sure you are subscribed to Healthier Daily and hit that little notification bell so you never miss a video. We want to hear from you. This is our final question. Based on this system, what is the one small change you plan to try in your own bedtime routine? Are you going to try the cottage cheese or perhaps start with a little tart cherry juice? Please let us know your plan in the comments section below. And finally, a reminder. The information in this video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Please consult your own doctor or health provider if you have any questions about your personal health.
Thank you for joining us on Healthier Daily. Sleep well. Build well.